BoogeyMan band coming round the bend. Is BoogeyMan band? Is BoogeyMan band?
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends. Thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. And today's video is my spooky screenings overview of the movie Maxxxine. Now, of course, Maxxxine is the third part in this Ti West Mia Goth trilogy that started with X, and then we had the prequel to that, which was Pearl. And it's been a little while waiting on this one. X and Pearl came out the same year. X dropped in March of 2022. Pearl came out in September of 2022. They were shot back to back, and I was a huge fan of both films. I loved both films. I've only seen Pearl once. I've watched X maybe 3 or 4 times, but I've been a fan of Ti West for a long time. I love The Innkeepers. That's one of my favorite movies of his, and was really, really thought that this was really cool. His collaboration with Mia Goth, who is just a fantastic actress and really makes the characters that she plays, because she played both Maxxxine and Pearl. She just does an amazing job. And when I first saw X, I didn't realize that Pearl was actually played by Mia Goth, because Pearl in that film is very old. Yeah, she did a terrific job. And where X took place in 1979, you're jumping ahead 6 years to 1985, and you're picking up with Maxxxine now working in Hollywood, and her trying to sort of maneuver from pornographic movies to mainstream Hollywood fare. I really was excited to watch this one. I'm sorry that this spooky screening is coming kind of late, because the movie's been out for almost 2 weeks now. I actually saw this one the same day that I saw Longlegs. And as I said in my spooky screenings on Longlegs, my wife didn't go see that one with me because the subject matter kind of upset her just from the trailer. She had only seen the trailer. She didn't really want to see that one, but we both went and saw Maxxxine. And before I get into my thoughts on the film, I will give you a little bit of a synopsis on what the story of the film deals with. In 1980s Hollywood adult film star and aspiring actress Maxxxine Minx finally gets her big break, but as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Movie stars Mia Goth as Maxxxine Minx, Elizabeth Debicki as Elizabeth Bender, Giancarlo Esposito as Teddy Knight Esquire, and Kevin Bacon as John Labatt. The movie was written and directed by Ti West. So, what did I think of Maxxxine? And how does it rank in terms of the other 2 films in this series, which I gave top marks when I did my breakdown of favorite horror films for 2022? I loved Maxxxine. And it surprises me because this seems to be a very divisive film. Some people really love it, some people don't love it, and think it's kind of the lesser of the trilogy. All 3 films are different, and that's what I really love about them. It just shows the range that Ti West has in terms of his directing styles. But Maxxxine for me was really probably my favorite. The reason why I had so much fun with this one, because it was the 80s. I grew up in the 80s. I love the elements of this film that felt very much Brian De Palma-esque. That, like Body Double or Crimes of Passion, which is another sort of risque film that came out from that time by Ken Russell. That's what this film reminded me of. And this is probably my favorite performance of Mia Goth. She's just blowing me away, but I love the way that Maxxxine is in this one. She does have amazing supporting players in this. This is Mia Goth's movie, and she just is awesome from frame one. Love her in this film so much. She's such a badass, as well as having a vulnerable side to her, which is something that I loved. I love seeing that vulnerability to her, but she's still a badass. And I just thought it was a terrific balance. You also have amazing cast in here, like Kevin Bacon, who is just so slimy. Slimy is the character of John Labatt. Loved him in this, and just recently he was in Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. I love Kevin Bacon, and he plays such a good asshole in movies, and this was no exception. He's one of my favorite people in the film besides Mia Goth. Also loved Giancarlo Esposito, Teddy Knight Esquire, her agent. And I just love the whole Night Stalker backdrop to this one, because that's going on at the time, and you're wondering who this killer is that's sort of picking off people that Maxxxine knows. Also, I love that it was shot on the Universal backlot. There's a lot of great moments. I've been to Universal Studios many times, and I remember just taking the tram tour through the sets, and there's moments that a lot of familiar sets show up, and one of them being from an Alfred Hitchcock classic, which is pretty awesome. This was kind of cool that they actually utilized that for the film, and I love the way that it ended. I think it's a perfect cap to this trilogy. I've heard rumors that they might do another film together. I don't know if it's going to be the same character that Mia Goth would be playing, but I'm really anxious to see what Ty West does next, because I've always liked him as a filmmaker, but I really feel like he just excelled with this trilogy with Mia Goth, and Mia Goth is just amazing. She's a terrific actress. Cannot recommend this movie enough. I had so much fun watching it. Like I said, it gave me, feels for the 1980s, and it just made me very happy and very reminiscent of that time. And I just loved everything about it. The studio setting. Like I said, I don't want to judge this one and say it's my favorite of the three, but I'm really leaning towards it because I feel like it's more speaking to me as opposed to the other two. X is very much in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibe, and then Pearl is almost like the Wizard of Oz. It's very bright and very different from X, which X had this dirty feel to it, and this one has this very 80s glitzy kind of neon kind of feel to it. And I love the different palettes that he used for these three films to make them all individual, but you can watch them all and get like the full picture of these characters, especially the character of Maxxine and Pearl, of course, both played amazingly by Mia Goth. Yeah, absolutely loved Maxxine, and I'm curious what other people think about it. Leave me your thoughts down in the comment section below. Is it your favorite? Do you prefer X or Pearl over this one? Thanks so much everyone for watching. I hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace. Hey, my fellow Fright Fiends, I just want to thank everyone for supporting BoogeyMan Ben's Horror Zone. If you haven't yet subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below. Click the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I try to drop a video at least once or twice a week. The Horror Zone is a passion of mine, and it really makes me happy that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always.